Greetings, Earthlings and otherwise. We've got a new sunspot group rising. It's actually at a quite low latitude here, meaning quite close to the equator. This and lots more to cover on today's Daily Space Weather. Congratulations on realizing the channel exists. Welcome to the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. Let's blast through some more space weather information. So yeah, new sunspot group rising. It's already a beta class sunspot group. So we've got some setting regions and some rising regions and a drop in the radio flux and more to cover. This wavelength, by the way, is 1700 plus 171 angstroms. The 1700 angstroms is great at showing the flat chromosphere. 1700 angstroms is great at showing all those magnetic loops that you see out there, especially on the western limb. Just spectacular imagery of the local yellow dwarf. Thanks for tuning in, all of you stargazers out there. Next thing we'll look at is the Colorized Magnetogram. Again, that sunspot is at kind of a low latitude rather, kind of close to the equator. And we've been seeing this going through solar cycle 25. So we've been seeing sunspots at multiple different latitudes. So we've been seeing sunspots at kind of high latitudes and kind of low latitudes. Epic Pen is not cooperating, I apologize. So you see this sunspot here, it's kind of close to the equator. We've also been seeing sunspots kind of far from the equator, and sunspots close to the equator are more associated with solar minimum. So at the end of a cycle, we see sunspots only around the equator zone. And let me just show you the butterfly diagram here. Oh, by the way, this group up here is also a sunspot. It just showed umbre when we did show prep today, so yeah, two new sunspot groups, certainly likely to get named today, at least the southern one. So this is what we call the butterfly diagram. And basically what we're talking about here is the fact that sunspots appear at high latitudes at the beginning of a solar cycle, such as, let's pick solar cycle 19, the biggest cycle in known history. We see them appearing at around 30 degrees, and then as the cycle progresses to solar minimum, we see them only around the equator, and then we see next cycle sunspots happening at the same time as we see equatorial region sunspots. So that's the butterfly diagram. It's commonly understood in the realm of heliophysics. Sunspots, they're at different locations throughout the solar cycle. And obviously that tells us something about heliophysics. What do you think that might be? Let us know in the comments. So we've got a coronal hole right in the earthly zone here. It's a South Pole oriented one. We'll get to that in our next video, which is magnetic fields and features. This great imagery here from the SDO, it's 304 angstroms, which is ionized helium, if you're wondering, part of the ultraviolet spectrum. So the radio flux has dropped all the way down to 118 solar flux units now. As you see solar cycle 25 ramping up here. And we're getting a little bit of a hiccup here in the activity. Will those new sunspot groups grow or shrink? We've got very strong fields at the moment. Check it out. The BT is at 18 and the BZ is at positive 17. So we do have geomagnetic storm conditions, or geomagnetic unrest conditions rather. It's a KP4 at the moment. And there is a forecast for continued geomagnetic unrest here later in the day today. So if, by the way, if the BZ component of the solar wind suddenly shifts to negative, especially at such a strong field, we can expect to see an even larger geomagnetic unrest situation, maybe a KP5 geomagnetic storm, because we've got that very strong field there at the moment. Anyway, that's the Space Weather Enthusiast Dashboard NOAA forecasts. Let's take a look at global seismicity real quick. Folks, have a plan to be an asset, not a liability in the event of a disaster. We need you to make Earth not suck. Again, more on that in a moment. But you can see there's an earthquake drought going on. These red bars represent 7 magnitude quakes. That's a 90-day chart from volcanodiscovery.com. So no major quakes here over the past 24. The largest was a 5.5 at Papua New Guinea there, north of Australia. So no major quakes. Some quakes around Texas there. Let us know in the comments if you felt that quake. Also a 3.9 showing up there near Santa Paula, California. Also, we see some anomalies happening over the Caribbean. We'll get to that in our bonus features segment. We've been doing 3 daily space weather videos per day. So no major quakes here. And statistically speaking, earthquake droughts tend to lead to major earthquakes. Next, let's look at volcanoes. Starting with this spectacular imagery. I'm just going to let this slowly scroll down, because what a fantastic image of what Etna was doing just last night. Yeah, Mount Etna exploding in a rather spectacular fashion here with this Strombolian-style explosion. Looks like a flaming sword sticking into the ground. That photo credit to Alberto Uccellatore. Just fantastic imagery there. You can find that at volcanodiscovery.com's Volcanoes Today page. So yeah, Etna producing some explosive activity, a 10,000-foot ash plume, so a major uptick there at Mount Etna. Flight level 100 related to that explosive activity. Also some new lava overflowing the southeast crater. Subanose-jima, flight level 070 from Subanose-jima. Luatolo, flight level 090, it's producing a 9,000-foot volcanic ash plume. Semeru, flight level 140 over East Java. Fuego, 15,000-foot ash plume as Fuego explodes. That's located in Guatemala. Nevado del Ruiz, no volcanic ash clouds observed. Over Colombia. Don't assume it's not erupting, perhaps. That could be unfortunate. Sangay exploding, as well as Revenador, both of those located in Ecuador. Sangay, 21,000-foot ash plume. Revenador, 15,000-foot ash plume. Flight level 150. 210 at Sangay. Sabancaya, intermittent puff emissions are a reminder not to pole vault the caldera. This is a reminder to visit our website. Did you know we're writing a paper explaining plausibly the underlying mechanisms associated with the solar sunspot and hence solar polar field reversal cycles? Yeah. Smashamash.com has links to the rest of our material, such as the Smash team. Here's a teaser as to what we've been posting. We just put an email push out this morning, which makes our gold and silver subscribers aware of the geomagnetic unrest. Smashamash.com/SmashTeam. If you want to support the channel just via Patreon, we still actually do have a Patreon, thanks to those who are supporting us that way. We just don't put up content anymore because we have to put content on our own website. So smashamash.com/SmashTeam is the website, and it's spectacular. Next, I'd like to remind everybody to make Earth not suck again. It's up to you. And whenever something unfortunate happens, it is up to each one of us to attempt to repair the situation. If you're wondering where the cavalry is, it could be because you're the cavalry. So anyway, Mensa, make Earth not suck again. Check out the leggings. And we've got a hat that says Mensa. Check it out. I'm not currently wearing it, but there you go. The print quality is spectacular, and thanks to our viewers from all around the world who've picked up merch, there are some Mensa products all the way down in Tasmania. So Mensa, make Earth not suck again. Thanks to everybody who's picked up merch. It's up to you. By the way, make sure you tune into our next video. It'll be about fields and features of the closest star and the closest planet, assuming that you're from Earth. If you're viewing from a different plane of existence, solar system, universe, timeline, galaxy, etc., let us know in the comments. So we'll see you in a bit. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. Smashamash, signing off from the Smash News Network, least busted name in news.